Yo, 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 yo. What's up, good people? It's Alex Auguste, and you're officially tuned in for another weekend, another Wednesday of VividLife TV with yours truly, Alex Auguste. Yo, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be stable. There's been so much, right, over the last couple weeks. I've actually had to completely change my schedule for these live streams. So things have been kind of crazy. Things have been kind of hectic, but nonetheless, we're back. We're up and running, and things are going good. This is Vivid Life TV with Alex Auguste. I'm your narrator, taking you through conversations on creativity, community, and all things in between that. And yo, first and foremost, I want to mark myself safe from Hurricane Milton. That was an interesting fiasco, as it still is, literally. For anybody in the Bay Area, you know that it has gotten really, really crazy in terms of one, hurricane prep, right? There's this new term now, hurricane anxiety, just from these storms. All right, let me back up. I'm from Miami, Florida, where all my life there's been hurricanes, but I will say that over the last couple of years, hurricanes went from like you having 5 to 7 days of prep time to like Milton, where it was 15 hours, like 15 hours of like, hey, there's a storm forming, to, oh shoot, it's a category 4. It's pretty life threatening. So it's been a good joyride and a whole fiasco. Can I get a shout out? Yeah, I can see you, bro. Shout out to the sweaty kid. Just a passing by shout out, man. I feel you. I'm with it. Give me a subscribe, man. Give me a like. Share the stream, man. Just gonna be talking through some conversations about what's been going on over the last couple of weeks. But started with Milton, man. So I was coming back from New York from CultureCon, which I would love to share some more information on that. I was coming back from New York from CultureCon and literally came straight back into hurricane prep. Like, yo, got to hit Home Depot, trying to figure out water, gas, shutters, wood, sandbags, work, like all of this stuff. And I was like, you know what? I think it would just be easier if I just go back home to Miami and just like ride out the storm there, or whatever they would get out there, and just kind of kick it. So that's what I did, man. And power went out. I think there's people just now getting their power back. There are some people who have had their power and then lost their power. So it's been nuts, bro. The storm didn't do all of the things that it was said to be supposed to do or whatever. But we're glad, right? I don't want a storm, contrary to popular belief. Like, I don't want a storm to come in and fuck shit up. I actually don't want that at all. So, yeah, hold on one second. So yeah, I don't, contrary to popular belief, I don't want a storm to come and knock shit out and turn life into chaos. Like that's not really cool on a Tuesday afternoon. So I would not want that to be the case. I think a lot of people kind of get weird with this whole like, ah, damn, we didn't die. Like I'm cool. Like I'm straight, bro. Like I don't want that to be the case. I think I can pass on having a tough life, right? Because of a storm. So I'm cool. Give me 1 second, y'all. Everything that I have pretty much done in the last couple weeks from streams is just undone. So I'm actually kind of ruffling through some settings real quick on Twitch, but as soon as I get that up and going, yeah. So if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow my website, alexauguste.com, I'll be posting a brand new schedule of when these live streams will be happening, because I was supposed to go live on October 2nd. Then that changed, and then I was going to go live on October 9th. And that changed. I went live last week. And so the whole schedule has been all kinds of overturned. If you look at old stream schedules that I had, I'm supposed to be doing a very special presentation next week on October 30th. I don't even know. But I'm gonna make it happen, man. I'm gonna make it happen. What's going on, Jessica or Jesse Lee Adventure Lee? Yo, so let's do this. This is what tonight is all about. If you noticed, this VividLife TV stream is titled 15 Minutes of Fame. And here's what the goal is. As you guys are jumping in, this is the craziest shit in the world. I'm going to give you 15 minutes to join the live if you so choose to, right? If you want to. Otherwise, if you post in the comments, I'll start a timer. And for 15 minutes, I'll just kind of interview you, and I'll pull up the chat, and you can just kind of be the center of attention. Like, or we can go back and forth. I can ask you questions. I can't pull up your YouTube channels on the way that I'm going live right now, because it would slow down my bandwidth a little bit. But if you tell me about yourself, I'll follow you and I'll subscribe. Battle rap. I mean, I don't know if you want to do that. No, unless, oh, okay, you're a battle rap channel. It's whatever. What's going on, man? Battle rap channel. I love it. Damn. How can I can actually get it over here. Okay. We're going to get this going real quick. Let me just get booted up. So as you guys jump in, as you guys chat, as you guys get with me, pop in, shout yourself out. I will ask you questions, and we can take it from there. I have the wrong, oh my goodness, I have the wrong cover for this live, bro. What happened? Bro, this is all right. This is why I don't think I should take 2 weeks off with these streams. I feel like 2 weeks off is really detrimental. So I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do 2 weeks off at all. So if you're coming in, if you're tuning in, if you're on my channel, Lola, the manager, is not on. However, if you're interested in seeing past live streams, Lola, the manager, was my last guest on here. I do guest interviews. We chop it up, we talk. And like I said, I give the platform to folks who are out there living their best life, living their vivid life, creating some dope shit for themselves, and just giving themselves and other people a platform to do so, as I am doing for myself. I just got back. What's going on, Gavin? I just got back from New York, from CultureCon, and that was needed. Right, really, really needed for a perspective change as a creator. I originally was going with this idea that, maybe the industry bigwigs were going to be there, and I was going to be able to shake hands and meet folks, and hopefully walk away with an understanding that there's a opportunity coming down the line. And when I got there, it was a complete perspective change of like, nah, bro, like when you walk into these rooms, and I knew this, I think perspective changes are not always where it's like um, someone like you're learning a new perspective. I think sometimes you need to be reminded of a perspective and then see that perspective in real life, like see it applied in a real space for you to really understand it and have it drilled into your mind. So being there, I just realized that like when you walk into these places, like with your skill sets, with your brand, with your name and who you are, and knowing who you are, you are the big wig. Like you are the person that people want to meet. You are the person um, that people need to know. Right? Networking is so much more about people needing to know you versus going out there saying, "I need to meet people." Like no, they need to know you, right? And that's why you shake their hand and say, "Hey, my name is Alex Auguste." So it was a cool perspective, man. It was dope. I was able to create so much with so many people, and really just bring a lot to life on the spot. There was a lot of impromptu kind of having fun and directing, which was the whole goal, right? That was the whole purpose. I mean, even if it wasn't the purpose, that's what a lot of people were doing, and it was really cool to see all of that kind of happen in real time, man. So that was October 5th and 6th, like I said, right before Hurricane Milton popped out at us. And one question that I got was, what was my overall feedback of it? And I got some, I had a whole conversation with some other creators about that question. Like, what would I, how would I rate the overall experience? I I think with any conference that you go to, you're hoping to leave with so much more of a tangible takeaway, so much more of a tangible, I guess, experience, right? You want it to mean something that you can physically say, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go home and I'm leaving here and I'm going to change this about what I'm doing. I will say that that's not necessarily the case. Not a bad thing, but definitely not expecting to experience that, right? Not expecting for that to not be included in the participation or in the overall experience. So yeah, that caught me off guard, to be honest with you. But other than that, the people super friendly, everyone very open to connecting with other people, to creating with other people, to really just like being transparent and laying it out and saying, hey man, like Alex August, you're a videographer and I have this project coming up and I would love to just learn and understand like how we can work together. And so that was really big for me. That was really, really big for me. And would I go again? I would. I would. I actually just met someone who told me that this is the second year they've gone. I think your first time at an experience like that is always going to be the best experience, right? I think it's always going to be the time of your life, right? I can think of so many experiences where I'm like, the first time I went was amazing. And then you kind of start playing catch up and trying to, oh, well, the first time I went, this year wasn't as good as last year. So the only way to be able to compare years against each other is to go again. And I would go again. And I would make sure that next year's experience is much, much better than this year's experience. So yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I am now coming off of obviously CultureCon. Things have gotten busy. Things have gotten busy. I did edit and chill last week. Was really just on here just editing videos, and really just kind of deciding, right? There's a I'm in this world now where I'm really debating on, can you create quality? Can you create the highest level of quality with the highest level of efficiency. And that's crazy, right? It's very, very crazy because right now, and I'll kind of break down what that means. Right now, as a creator, as a videographer doing videos, I am using my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm using right now. As you can see, the tracking feature is one of my favorite features on here. You can use it as a webcam, which is what I'm doing right now. I also use this for vlogging. I also use this for actual videos, right? And of course, you know, it requires SD card. Got to take the SD card out. Got to move it to the computer. Got to do all that kind of stuff. Or you use the DJI Mimo app and you Bluetooth it to your phone and all this kind of stuff. The workflow of moving large videos in large capacities is like, it's kind of challenging, bro. Like, not gonna lie to y'all, it just is. But doing all of that and putting it on my phone and editing the video on my phone through apps like InShot. Anyone who knows me, anyone who's been following me for as long as whatever, you know by now that I use InShot. It's basically my creator religion, right? It just doesn't, to me, it doesn't fail. Like it really doesn't. But InShot right now, I see a lot of posts on like threads where people say like rest in peace Photoshop, and then they talk about Canva, right? And you know, serious designers are like, no way, Photoshop's not going anywhere. But I'm like, from an efficiency standpoint, from a person whose life is moving very quickly, and it's not that I set fast turnaround times with people that I'm working with, right? I usually give myself ample amount of time to deliver something, but it still requires time, and life be life, right? InShot right now allows me to offer the highest quality at the highest level of efficiency, meaning speed, right? Speed to delivery. Premiere Pro offers the highest quality without that level of efficiency. That's crazy. And then I can't even think of anything that is not off. Like to me, I just don't even want to think about not offering the highest level of efficiency. I don't know. For me, this is something that I think about often as I'm like gearing up my portfolio and getting things going. If you guys have a different experience, let me know. I'm very interested in hearing it. But for me, like I work, then after work, you know, I'm hitting the gym, I'm doing this, and I try not to stack projects on top of each other to give myself room to continue to keep creating and continue to keep being creative too. But right now, Premiere Pro, especially with Adobe's terms and conditions and the cost of Adobe Premiere and the whole Adobe suite, the subscription, I don't know. Like I've talked to some other creators. Shout out to my boy Jay in LA, man. I don't know. I legitimately cannot think of like, all right, like I'm paying for Premiere right now, but the idea that I would have just bottomless hours, right? Bottomless moments, bottomless mementos to just sit and edit these videos at high quality, but with a little bit more of a clunkier experience. I don't know. I don't know at all. And actually I'm gonna share a video. Let me see if I can get a video up here. Check out my last stream, hit that QR code right there. That will bring you to the latest stream that I had. Get you an opportunity to check out the edit and chill, which was really like my edit and chill streams, y'all, are very much just me editing and chilling and y'all checking me out and you know, jamming to the music I'm jamming to and just asking questions and kind of opening that gate for some Q&A. Nothing wrong with that. How do I get my video up here? All right. Here we go. Of course, that's what would be there. But yeah, man, as y'all are coming in, feel free to just drop in and say what's up. Say what's up. Let me know what you guys are up to. Is this my favorite video right here? Hold on. None of these. Ah, wow. These are not like my high quality videos either, which is crazy. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I could do this. I don't know what it's gonna look like though, but we'll check it out. But yeah, I struggle with that. That's honestly one of my biggest struggles right now is positioning that right now for myself in terms of a workflow. I would love to sit and edit and get on Premiere Pro and get that high quality and get it, and maybe that's the longer play. That's my YouTube, that's my long form content. But for short form content, which is most of what I'm shooting right now, I don't see it. I don't see it. So I think long form content would definitely live with me doing that, and I'll kind of see how that feels.
Yeah, her hair long and her tats out. I guess we in the same boat. Guess we drink the same thing, same reasons why we don't smoke. Guess you like leopard print, cause I'm type to say, girl, make a move. I used to have a dream, girl, but don't be offended, cause it ain't you. I can't sleep around you, you do things others can't do. Everything I thought about you, goddamn girl, they coming true. Santa Maria, Ave Maria, your dress is immaculata. Skin so caramel, I break big bucks like a star for your macchiata. Eyes, hair, mouth, movement, hands, magic, rings, glamour, diamonds and pearls. Make this girl's life faster. Shopping in curls, make this girl's life lavish. Fine things and finer things. Balm in designer jeans, South Beach and her favorite things. Too many reasons why she can't find a ring.
So I'm actually gonna pause this real quick. I was looking for a video that I did with my DJI Pocket Osmo 3, but I did this with my Google Pixel 7 Pro, and this video only took long because, all right, I'm just gonna say it. I could do a video like this where the production of it took 3 hours. Right, I was struggling to figure things out, and things were fumbling. I was getting extremely frustrated because my backdrop. I bought my backdrop off of Amazon. I would love to share that link with you guys. And that backdrop doesn't, how do I say it? Like, it has creases in it. It has creases, right? And it doesn't feel like a material that I would iron. So at that time, I didn't have a steamer. So I was just like, yo, I'm not ironing this because I know first touch of heat on this, it's going to get ruined. And so, you try to stretch it out, and get the creases out of it, and it just wasn't working. And the creases were very obvious in the video shots. Again, this was shot with a Google Pixel 7 Pro. I'm like, yo, it's just not coming out right. I was using the blur feature or the cinematic mode to shoot this. The blur, it was blurring. It wasn't working correctly. The angles weren't working correctly. The frame was too small. It was all this kind of stuff. Like, I was just extremely frustrated. Love my backdrop to death, but it's the oddest shape in the world. Like, it's not I don't know. It's a cube. It's a square. It's a rectangle. It's just odd. But I say all that to say, production for this took 3 hours. Editing for this took . 35 minutes. Like, and I don't say that often in terms of like how long it takes for me to edit a video on my phone, like being a mobile, hey, I'm going to do the short form, edit real quick. I know like I legitimately hear people say that a TikTok video takes them an hour to make. And I'm like, the only way it takes you an hour to make a TikTok video is if you're doing the video in TikTok, which people have they have their opinions on that, right? An Instagram reel will absolutely take you an hour to do, right? If you're doing it in Instagram. An InShot, it wouldn't take me that long. Like I don't want to tell people that videos are that fast because I don't want anyone to have the expectation that I'm going to give them something in 35 minutes after we just shot for 4 hours. Like, no, I like to sleep on it. I like to like put it down and come back to it 2 days later after I've thought about it for a little bit. And so, this wasn't even done with the Pocket Osmo, or, this was done with the Google Pixel, and it still comes out very, very well. Comes out really well. So I like showing that as an example of just like a video that I will do. I actually just recently did a video too. I gotta shout out my girl Tia, because let me see if I have one of her videos on here. She just actually was featured on the news today, and so that's cool. Yeah. No, I don't have it. I don't have any. I actually don't have. Oh, I do. I'm sorry. So let's just grab a raw. This is gonna be a pretty raw video. Actually, let's not and say we did. I just remember that I emptied out my memory card, so I don't have any videos on here. But again, just thinking about like how much effort goes into this, being able to pump out high quality videos at a high efficiency, man, is just, and right now my video editing and my video production is actually, it's not even a concern anymore. And reason why I'm talking about this is because this is something that also comes from the conversation that I kind of pulled away from CultureCon. We overemphasize, or we hyperfixate on the idea of quality. And with that, we are almost always going to kind of put ourselves in a subjective lane of quality. People talk about, and this is a conversation that comes up a lot, like how many followers you have being the leading thing of whether or not you're going to get opportunities. The quality of your short form content being the determinant factor of whether or not you're going to be able to get opportunities. And it's like, no, it needs to be presented in front of the right person who will make up their own subjective questioning and everything like that. I unfortunately was not in a really great position to receive the first feedback that I had ever gotten on my content, because it was biased. So I'll tell you guys a quick little story. Last year I was working for a company, and that company happened to, not going to say any names, but that company happened to have a UGC content creator market as a child/sister company, or a sister arm of the business. I was very much trying to position myself where I could hop and kind of transfer jobs into the other side of the fence, into that world, into that content creator, into that like creator market world. But unfortunately, and it's crazy how it happened, yo, the day that I was laid off, the day before, I had a meeting with one of the guys who did all of that work for the company. But I was sick and I didn't feel well. So I asked to reschedule it. Right. And then that conversation never ended up happening. So that's that. But I was laid off, part of a layoff. And within that, I was like, okay, well, I no longer work for the company, so let me genuinely join the UGC creator market, because now I'm free agent, bro. Like I'm unrestricted free agent. Like, let me join this. That'll be a form of income for myself, and I'll kind of keep it moving like that. And they actually were like, no. They were like, we let us see your content, and we'll take it from there. And the bias was maybe not even a bias as much as it was maybe more so just a conflict of interest, but they didn't want me to join the marketplace because I was a former employee of the company. So it was like, damn, the feedback that I got was kind of riddled with kind of like, it's a risk for us to add you to this marketplace. So yeah, your videos are not this, da, 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 da. And the feedback just didn't really, like, that wasn't genuine feedback. And I've also found that, like, I don't know if I am, I don't know. I've never really done UGC before, so I'm not privy to it. I'm not really up on that wave like that. I don't know. I will be doing it. I'll test my grounds on it, but I think there's other ways for me to do it without it being so obviously UGC. And I guess the reason why I'm not really for UGC is I don't know that. I don't know. Not that I'm saying it out loud and trying to find a reason. I don't know. So let me figure that out. I gotta figure that out. But yeah. So that's just kind of the world. That's the world that I've been in mentally. I'm still very much on the high. You know what I mean? Still very much like connecting with people that I met with at CultureCon. Still putting everything into practice that I have learned at CultureCon, and just really putting that into focus, putting a lot into focus, really. And that's kind of the big focus of everything, really, is being able to do that. There is a lot that has gone on. There's a lot that's transpired since my last live stream. So before I get into that, just know, if you are passing by, if you're checking this out for the first time or second time, this is I am Alex Auguste's YouTube channel. Here is where I post all of my full scale productions, showing portfolio of my work. But also, I am venturing into something new, and this has been something that, if you've been following this channel and subscribed to this channel for the last year, I've always talked about such an emphasis on storytelling and storytelling and storytelling, and it has finally come to a way. Like, I've never vlogged before, right? I've never really had a path on, like, what does creating a vlog feel like, look and feel like. Personally, there's a lot of parts of my life where I just feel like it is, right? It's just like, I don't think that I want to be around camera. I don't want to think about creating content and focusing on myself, which I recently changed. And how I changed that was, I just recorded myself for an entire morning. And it was like, in my mind, I was genuinely like, dude, this is boring. Like, try not to, nip slip, or try not to, like, show ass or something like that. Like, just like, for real, following myself through the whole morning routine. And I realized that it was more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. Like, so much more comfortable than I thought it was going to be. And it looked dope. It looked like I saw myself in a way that I have never seen myself before. Just very, like, chill. Very not, intentionally not intentional almost. And so I have finally kind of found the grounding for the true vlog, that's going to kind of pop out and start making its way onto the scene here on my YouTube channel. And I'm excited about that. And how I plan on rolling that out is, first and foremost, I should let you guys know that a long time ago, Alex Auguste used to be a spoken word artist. And so in the last 3 years, I have made it a priority and made it like a little bit of an ego thing to use my own past music and poetry on videos. Like I've been doing it very subtly. And then that's how the Perfectionist came around. It was like, hey, let's just shoot a video for one of these old original pieces. And after the Perfectionist, it's like I started to want to follow it up with more. Like, hey, I really liked how shooting the Perfectionist felt. I'd like to do another. As you guys will see on my channel, once you check out the videos, then there's the Insomniac, where it was not a production. It was not planned out like the Perfectionist. It was me moving and being up at 5 o'clock in the morning and saying, shit, I can't sleep. I have a song about that. And then just doing that. And so my vlog kind of brings the three worlds together, like the three worlds of actually the four worlds that I exist in, right? Writing, recording, live events, and development and production, really what it is. But as a writer, an author, an artist, like there's a lot of content that I can just kind of put together myself and still have the message that I want to have for it. There's still content that I can create for myself and still just create so much more. And so what I'm now doing and what I'm now planning to release to the YouTube channel is something I like to call Trinity Tuesdays. At least that's the that's the campaign that I want to call it, is Trinity Tuesdays. And Trinity Tuesday will be one part, kind of a message, another part music, and then the other part is going to pull directly from my work, like my books, like my literary projects. And then kind of just bring those three together to tell a story, or really to just talk about perspective. It's not always going to be cut and clear perspective. I just think that sometimes music and literature can say things that they're mediums, right? And sometimes they just say things that we can't always say. I know I can't always say. That's why I started writing those things in the first place, right? Because they can say things that I can't say just outright. So yeah, Trinity Tuesdays. I would absolutely love to be able to release them every Tuesday. But here's the thing, y'all. And this is accountability, because I'm now putting it out into the universe and the ether and to the internet. I struggle with the scheduling of YouTube content. It's actually really hard, but I'm going to do it. Like I have content already. I already have some things, and look, I'm being honest. Like, everybody knows this YouTube shit is not easy, and people can say all the time, no one's coming to save you, and it's hard, but you got to do it, and you adapt, and blah, blah, blah. No, I get that, but it's hard, right? People can overcome it because it's hard. Like, you don't overcome easy things. So yeah, I just really want to get this kind of started out, because with the upcoming performance that I have on November 14th, I want to really, really, really start getting in the space of like sharing with people how I see what I'm doing, like how I envision what it is that I'm doing, how I even manifest it, how I even do it, how it comes to me. And it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Give me 1 second, yo. It's really crazy. What's going on here? Yeah, I remember a conversation I had in college, when you're like having weird conversations with people almost as if you're high. But it was like, yo, how do you envision your thoughts? Like, how do you actually visualize a thought? If you could describe what it looks like or it feels like to think what would that visualization look like? And it was really a trippy conversation. It's college again. And for the record, I wasn't like high or anything like that. It was just, casual conversation with like someone who I think was either a psychology major or a critical thinking, like philosophy major or something like that. And I remember we got into the conversation and I was like, well, draw it. Like, if you can't explain it, draw it. And how I explained it was, my thoughts feel like, or how I would envision my thoughts would be that my mind, my physical head, is in the center of a bunch of like rotating PowerPoint slide. The old projector slides, they were like this big and you would like slide it into the projector and then it would like tick, 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 tick. Yeah. It's like my mind and then rows upon rows of those things, right? And so obviously the ones that are closer to my head are smaller, so there's less. That's like the things that I'm thinking about right now, the things I got to do next week, the things I got to do at work, the things I got to do right now, blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like larger layers that hold more slides. And so I kind of use the example of like when something sparks an old memory or triggers you, it would be something from a very far back row that then rotates and rotates, and all of the things then start to rotate so that slide can then be brought to the middle of this whole like mental solar system / PowerPoint slide thing. And I remember like we were all like, I said it and I was like, damn, that was really damn. And I always think about that because as a creator, and when you're creating content and storytelling, it's like sometimes the fun is having conversations like that because people get to see who you are and how you think, right? It's like sometimes weird conversations, people get weirded out by conversations like that because, we found out recently that some people just don't have an inner voice, right? So I don't know what they think. But I think conversations like that are cool because it legitimately gives you an opportunity to see how people think. And so when it comes to creating content, when it comes to music, when it comes to any form of art form, I also think it's kind of cool too to see how people come up with things. Like, we love behind the scenes content because we love to see like the process of nothing becoming something, and then something becoming something bigger, and something bigger becoming the next big hit or the next big shit. You look back in the day and we used to have like the making of the video programs that used to come on like VH1. I almost said VHS, VH1 and MTV. And it was like, to this day, y'all, I remember watching Pink's first music video, and the fact that they shot 2 versions of the video and then asked the audience to like, I think this was the box, and you had to like call in and like vote 1 or 2 to vote which one of Pink's videos were going to be the official video for her song. And this is like early days Pink. This is when like L.A. Reid told Pink to be a black woman. Like, this is really, really early days Pink. So, we loved it. We wanted to see like, oh my God, they're shooting both versions of this video. I wonder which one they're going to go with. Oh, I get a say to say like, I think we still love that. I mean, isn't that the whole point of like people who say behind the scenes content? Like, I get to see the VIP stuff, the premium stuff, which by the way, I don't know what it is, but I hate saying premium content. Like, it just sounds nasty. Like, I'm working on my Patreon page and getting ready to do all this stuff for Patreon. And I'm just like, premium content? Do I really want to say that? That sounds so OnlyFans. But yeah. So yeah, this whole thing, I'm saying all this to say that, I'm really actually excited about Trinity Tuesdays. My channel has been coming along, and some things have worked in terms of showing cool content, and some things have worked in terms of like, oh, that workflow felt really good. With Trinity Tuesday, I think, and it's not going to be called Trinity Tuesday, by the way. You're not going to see anything here listed that says Trinity Tuesday. I think it's just going to remain as Life in 24, just an idea that storytelling happens in 20. For me, storytelling happens in 24 frames per second. Like, I love that, and I want to just keep on doing that. So that's kind of what's going to keep on going, and what you'll just keep on seeing. So yeah, but Trinity Tuesday will essentially bring the books, the music, and then just life, like legitimately like life, my perspective, my thoughts on things, and kind of bring that together to show how I do things. I'm getting ready to do another reel for the Tough Spot, which on my Instagram, I recently put out a reel for them. And one of the things that I really wanted to focus on was like, why do I shoot the way that I shoot? I think that's kind of, again, going back to that whole thing. Why do I shoot content the way that I shoot content? Why do I shoot videos the way I shoot videos? And one of the things that I think about often is like, I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel like I have a bit of an outdated perspective on it, maybe. Y'all let me know. But like, I believe in closeness. Like, I like videos that are up close, like where you can see eyes, right? Speaking of which, like this camera angle, this is actually zoomed in. Like, this is the full like scale of this video, right? But like, you know what I mean? Like, if Justin is watching, I know Justin is a background checking ass, so I know, it can be distracting sometimes, but when you come in and you get just the perspective of eyes, it's like being closer just makes you connected more with the subject in frame. I don't know. So when I shoot content, when I shoot events, when I shoot video, when I shoot, even in the space like where we were doing tufting, which I don't know if you guys know what tufting is, but it's like you have a gun, yarn, and you're using the gun to like create a rug. Like, most people are like, that's hung out and like that, and I'm still managing to get close. And sometimes when I'm shooting videography and when I'm doing videography, I think that I'm a fly on the wall, and I gotta remember, like, I can smell this person's breath. I'm definitely in this room right now, and they know I'm here. Like, I'm making them nervous, but that's where engaging with people comes in at. Like, I'm just not a weirdo just recording you like all close and stuff. Like, I can interact with you and get something out of you. So, but I like that. Like, I like getting close-ups. I like making you watch a video and feeling like certain things. And maybe that kind of puts me and leans me more towards like, oh man, you think of this more of like a cinematographer than a videographer. But that's just, I like that. I like life to be cinematic. Whatever. So yeah, I plan on kind of doing a video breakdown of that, man, because I really like, I think about this often, that I'm like, I genuinely like what I'm doing right now. I like where I'm at. I like this lane of videography for myself because it feels so much more freeing than anything else that I've ever done, which is crazy, right? My portfolio, my catalog kind of is extensive. Let me actually, if y'all care to see, oh, I just hit the microphone. By the way, for a microphone tonight, I am using the Samsung Go. I don't know if they make these anymore. I know they make them. I don't know if they're as popular anymore. Let's actually get a. Yeah, Samsung Go. This is a very small but good microphone, actually. And this clip can be used on desktop. Like you can sit it on the desktop just like this, which is exactly how I'm using it. But you can also clip this to your laptop. So something to consider, something to think about. I have been using this for over 8 years, and it has all of the settings of your Blue Yeti. So you can do, unidirectional, omnidirectional. You can get pretty jazzy with this thing, and it'll hold. So really good mic, really dope mic. Highly recommend it. I will find a link and then put it in the body of the description for this video as we go on. So, but yeah, going back to my portfolio, like I've done quite a bit of work, man, and there. Let's talk about like hosting events. As an MC, I just did not find, I don't feel like there was a deep level of ownership with certain events because you get booked to host other people's events, right? And one of the things that I learned sooner than later was that you got to control what you can control. And, I'm not the John 3:16 of events. Like God didn't send me here on the planet to save everybody's events. So either you're going to say no to some events or you're going to host events that suck and you're going to walk away and go home and go to sleep. Or, you're going to be involved in events that you're going to do a great job, but like certain things are just, that's not your responsibility. It's not, you were not in a conversation where the building permits were being discussed. And therefore, now that there's a building permit violation, you pack your stuff up and go home. But it sucks because after all of that, there's not really anything to tangibly walk away with. And I have only recently been able to really think about like, how do I want to position that work within a portfolio? With videography, I just feel like it's an anytime, anywhere kind of work. It's anytime, anywhere kind of work. Like the work continues, the work happens anywhere. I can wake up tomorrow and say that I will shoot a video and create something tangible. Like a book is tangible. Like even DJing, you can create mixes and have these things that people can seek while you're not in the room. And if I look back on my early 20s, that was one of the reasons that doing spoken word became exhausting to me, was because people can only enjoy my spoken word when I'm in the room. Like at the time, this was like early 2010s. Let me not sound uh, too old. But yeah, early 2009s, 2010s, there was no, I'm going to put my poem on SoundCloud. Like there was none of that, right? My poems were written and I would have to go to show after show after show after show after show after performance after slam after show after open mic, to really get people to be like, that's that guy. He has that poem. I love that poem. I love seeing him hit the stage. Exhausting. Um, Event hosting, it's cool when you're like, you had to be there because you had to be there. And I tell people all the time, that's what got me into videography in the first place, was the lack of being able to book a videographer to do my reel. Like, hey man, like I'll pay you to come to this event and just shoot me. I need a reel. There's other ways that I could have went around that, and even to this day, I can still do it. But I think that I just enjoy the freeness of it. I can still host. I don't think I have to pigeonhole myself into just being a host, um, or an MC. Like, but if I need to do my own video, oh baby, I can do it. I can do. I think being behind the lens and seeing the world of creating video has helped me a lot. Realizing like the next time I'm on mic, I know how to create moments. Like I know how to create moments that are gonna sell well. So that's it, man. When I say like videography is freeing, it's just it's ownership of something that you create on your own and you dictate on your own. You are the director. I am the director in that moment. And it's really cool. It's really dope. Really, really dope. So I know I got people jumping in and out, but if you guys are there, I like to remind people that if you're tuned in on YouTube, yeah, bro, I can't see your participation. I can't see anything you're doing. All I see is one person watching, like one watching and five watching. The number's been fluctuating. So show a little love and drop in, drop a heart, and just let me know. But yeah, man, I like coming on here. I like doing these soliloquies, these monologues, just kind of opening up the conversation. This will probably be the last one because the next live is, I think it's still going to be the special presentation. Let's do that. It's still going to be the special presentation next Wednesday. VividLife TV. We'll name it the Solo Soiree. Vivid Nights, the Solo Soiree. Alex Auguste, live on YouTube and Twitch, doing music and poetry. Yeah, that sounds good. And then on November 14th, you can catch me live in Tampa at the Night Show. I got to find out the venue name. I know the old name, and that's how you know I'm getting old. I know the old name, which it used to be Tropics or Super D's. I got to find a new name. I do apologize, but it is on Skagway. And that would be a really good opportunity for, for folks to just check it out. Like there's been a lot of music behind my videos. Like I said earlier, a lot of music behind my videos. And now I am really excited to be able to bring that music to the forefront where we don't have to focus on the video and you can just hear it and feel it and vibe to it. I'm challenging myself though. I'm very much challenging myself to create a unique video from that performance. And I'm actually really excited about that because I have an idea and it's gonna be crazy. But it's gonna be memorable. So that's dope. And that's the focus. Performance should absolutely be memorable. I performed in Orlando sometime in the last year, and it's tough when you're now that I'm doing video, it's tough when I have to rely on other people to capture my performances because they don't do it how I would do it. So it's tough. But yeah, next Wednesday, October 30th, day before Halloween, Vivid Nights Solo Soiree right here on VividLife TV with Alex Auguste. We're going to stream it live on YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, And yeah, and we'll make it happen. So it'll be cool. Mark your calendars. We're going landscape just because I think it has to be landscape. And yeah, check that out. Actually, I'll take that back, man. Take that back. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I actually really like doing this in portrait. I did not know that I was gonna like doing this in portrait as much as I'm liking it. Right. I one of the YouTubers that I know off of Twitter, Obeezy, I gotta shout him out because he told me that doing lives on YouTube just works so much better than doing it in portrait. Doing it in portrait works so much better than doing it in landscape, because by doing it in portrait, your live ends up dropping into the shorts feed. So as people are kind of scrolling through shorts, they come across your live. I didn't know that, man. That's crazy. And it has increased viewership. It's worked a lot. So if you guys are also doing live streaming on YouTube, definitely check that out and consider that. I love landscape. I think it's gorgeous. I think when you're watching it on a TV screen or a tablet, you get so much more of it's more a picture. And I love that, right? But, you know, we got to get these viewers too, you dig? So yeah, but I do plan on going back to the portrait. Maybe we just figure out what pattern we'll do it on. I'll definitely be announcing it, and just kind of getting the communication out more on these live streams. I love over communicating about live because I know that people enjoy conversation, and I like to have guests. I'm working on a guest list in terms of who's going to be joining for interviews and things like that. It's just, we are in a very chaotic time of year with it being fourth quarter, holidays coming up, hurricanes knocking shit over, and just everything in between that. So bear with me, y'all. Be patient. But I always like to let y'all know at any time, in any given place, you guys can also join the Marvel Worldwide Discord. That's growing, man. That's really growing. I'm not going to say too much about that, so I'm just going to put that QR code there. And if you also want to join my Patreon, check that out as well. I'm actually right on. No, I'm a little early, but that's all right. It's all right. So yeah, looking forward to connecting with y'all. Looking forward to getting all this work out to you guys. As usual, I appreciate support in any form and however it comes. So y'all keep up with me. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the latest videos. And of course, follow me across the web. I am Alex Auguste. And on Twitter, it's a new damn day. I changed that, actually. I should let everybody know that I changed my Twitter name. I don't know how I feel about Twitter. So it's a new damn day. We'll figure it out. But yeah, man, y'all enjoy y'all evening. Get some dinner, light bites, enjoy yourselves. If you're in Tampa and you're at the Kirk Franklin show, enjoy that. If you're in Tampa and you have plans this weekend for Halloween, I always say it, stay safe, be bright, and do your thing. Enjoy yourselves. So good night, everybody.